Hello, welcome back. This is Chuck Byers, and this is Andy245, and we are working on our Ultimate Bot walk cycle. So we've already got everything set up. We've got our blocking sheet for us to look at. We're going to start with the contact poses, and then we are going to continue with the passing poses. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so there's a reason why we have red. That is for right foot. So if I look behind him, right foot, left foot. So just remember that the red is the right foot so you don't get messed up. Okay, so again, we know not to click on this. I know this is the first thing we want to click on to move the foot, but that's not correct. That's just a IKFK switch. So if I click on that, that actually moves the foot where I want it to go. Again, this is the block out stage. We're not polishing or anything like that. We're just blocking it out. So going through the block out stage, we're just doing the key poses that we need, and then we'll work on the in-betweens and extremes. Okay? So let's go ahead and go to the side view. That's kind of where you want to start. We need to see the controllers. I don't know why they're not showing, but let's go to show. It looks like there's an asterisk, so I'm just going to click on that, and that should show. So that is good. Let's go to the top view and the side view, get those set up to show all. Somehow those got turned off, so just go to show and then click all. That should show your controllers in all views now. Okay. Like I said, red is right foot, so let's click on that. And I'm not going to go ahead and do the graph editor right now. I'm just going to block out, blocking stage, and then we can get the graph editor above or below our viewport. So next thing we want to do is just move this character down. And the reason why that is if I move that foot up and start posing it this way, I'm going to have to move that character down anyway. And the problem with this is, if you see me pulling this forward, that will snap. That is not what you want. Even though this reference shows the legs almost straight out, you cannot do that with a character, so be super careful. And otherwise you're going to have like gimbal lock, and that means that the bone only can rotate a certain amount. Just like our leg, if we bend that in too far, we hyperextend our leg and we can do a lot of damage. So with the rig, it's the same kind of thing. You just got to follow that rule not to extend the leg too far. So I'm going to move this down, and then I'm going to go ahead and move that foot out for the walk. And of course I can adjust that other one, this anytime I want, the body. So I'm going to bring that out. Again, not too far. Okay, I'm going to bring this back and kind of get it to see how things are looking. Again, you cannot hyperextend that leg. Okay, otherwise it'll look really bizarre when you're animating. So just pull it back from that a little bit like that. That looks good. All right, so we might even go down a little bit more, and we can just kind of look and see where we're at. Maybe move this back a little bit farther. Again, we're just situating this to look good. All right, like that. And then we'll rotate that up. Okay, so we can get that foot up like that and move it out like that. So it looks like we're walking like that. There we go. And again, this is something that we can look at too as well. We can look at the controllers over here off to the right. We have foot roll. What is that going to do for us? Anything? Yeah, look at that. That might work. That foot roll will work. Okay. So foot brake. Nope, that's not what we want. That's kind of lifting it up. Toe roll. Not right now. That's something we can do in overlapping animation. Leg twist, no. Heel twist, no. Ball twist, no. Going the wrong way, we're twisting on the ground. So it's the foot roll. So let's go ahead and use that. There we go, foot roll. Okay, so there we go, and we are going to go ahead and move that now. There we go, so we can get a nice little pose there for that. And then this one here, we'll do the same thing. We'll do a foot roll. Okay. And we will need to probably do a toe roll. Let's do that instead. Toe roll. There we go. With the foot roll. See how that looks, and let's move that back and check that out and see if that looks about right. And I think that's not going to really work as far as the foot roll goes. So that's not going to work for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate that, which makes more sense, like that. There we go. And then move that up like that and move it back. And again, you don't want it to gimbal lock. You don't want it to be snapping back like that, because that could really ruin your animation. But I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. So we've got that looking good at this point. And we could even do a little more extreme with this. Foot roll maybe up a little bit higher, like that. And we might even go higher than that. Let's take a look, see what we can do. There we go. Okay. So on the ground, I'm going to get a little closer. The first couple key poses on the contact pose is important. And again, I'm going to kind of check this out, see how far we can go without it snapping. I think that's about it. Yeah, it starts to snap. You see it snapping there, so you have to bring it down just enough. And if you do have problems with that, you have to bring that down a little bit more. But otherwise, that looks really good. I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to click on the walker, and I've got to hit the first keyframe. It won't let me automatic keyframe. The first one won't do it. You have to do it yourself. You have to do it manually. So click on S for that. All right, so we're looking to see to make sure everything was keyframed, and it was. And if you see anything off, just double check it and make those changes. Okay, so that is our frame 0. And then we're just going to do this exact same thing in the opposite direction. So we've got to go to frame 12. So let's go to frame 12. Click on frame 12. So click on frame 12, and we're going to go ahead and move this back. Change the foot roll to 0. Let's get that back. And let's do this to 0 as well. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and switch these guys like that. And you probably want to get that rotational value to 0 like that. You want to keep this the same way. There we go. All right. Okay. So we're going to take this and do the same thing. We're going to, now you can see that it's already starting to automatic key for us. That's good. So this one is the foot roll, right? So we're going to move that up like that. All right, and we're going to go ahead and move it. Okay. And I'm going to go a little more extreme with that. Foot roll. There we go, same kind of thing. And we're going to do the back foot, and this was the toe roll. And we're going to rotate that, same as we did before, and move that up, and rotate it until we get that flat. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is, it's all keyframed down. I got automatic on, so we're good to go. So I'm going to check the other foot at frame 1. So at 12, I've got this one. This is negative 39.8, and I kind of want to see what the other one is at the beginning. So I'm going to click on this one, 37.6. Okay, so you've got a little bit of a difference here. You can see in this one. This one's at 37.6, and this one is at 39. So I'm going to do, I kind of like this one better. So I'm going to move this over down to 0. I'm going to change this to 39.8. Enter. There we go. That should have keyframed that. All right, so we should be good there. And if I need to move that foot down anywhere, then I can go ahead and do that. Okay, on the back foot, you can see that we've got 28.4. And if I go back to frame 0, I got 23. So I'm going to turn that to 28.4. Okay, to 23. And that means I'm going to have to rotate this down to be flat like that. All right, so it's not necessary that you do that. I try to keep it consistent though. I don't want any wobbling, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I think it set the key for that. There we go. So you see we have this going on now. That looks good. It doesn't look good, but that's what it's supposed to look like at this point. So, all right, so that's switching. There we go. So 0, I'm kind of matching these between here and here, trying to get them close so there isn't any wobbling. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now I'm not too worried about, they're about at the same spot. You can also look and be picky about this stuff up here compared to what's happening here, but I'm not going to worry about that. I think that's good. Now that we get these, we have these two done, we can take this and this. Okay, now we're going to do that at frame 0. So frame 0 and 24 are the same. As you can see on this, so you can see that is duplicated from here to here. So let's go ahead and duplicate that. Okay, so let's go to frame 1 for duplication. So let's go ahead and click on all the controllers by clicking on our quick select set we have on our shelf. So we click on that and we want to copy and paste. So we're going to right click over 0 frame and go to copy and go to frame 24 and go to paste. So let's go ahead and go to paste. There we go. So I'm going to double check that. So I'm going to go back and forth between step back 1 key to make sure we don't see any weirdness, no glitching between those two, because that's got to be flawless right there. There we go. That looks good. So I'm going to go play this animation. That's a lot. Got our beautiful walk cycle. Yay. All right. In our next video, I'm going to take you through the passing pose. All right. I'll see you in the next video.